Hello, my name is Menno Prins, and in this video I would like to tell you about the process of technological innovation. Technological innovation involves collaborations between people in different columns, typically science, technology, application and business. And during the collaboration, information moves between the columns, which I call the process of translation. And translation occurs in both directions. Now let us reflect on some differences between the columns, particularly what motivates and satisfies the people. What motivates a scientist? A scientist is motivated by questions, and at the end of the day, the scientist is happy when knowledge and understanding have been produced. A technologist is motivated by function. A technologist wants to make something that performs a job and is satisfied when a fully functional system has been created. An application expert feels connected to end users and sees their unmet needs. And the application expert is satisfied when problems are resolved and a total solution has been created for the users. A business person seeks market opportunities, and a business person feels satisfaction when a running business has been created, with products and money flowing between different parties in the business ecosystem. Now we can make a next step and discuss how these people are active and how they collaborate within the process of innovation. It's very helpful to describe the activities in a matrix framework, where rows describe different phases in the work. Any person inside the matrix can take initiative toward innovation. Now let me give an example. A technologist formulates a vision of a function that might be feasible, and an application expert sees a need in a certain user group. For example, the technologist imagines a novel diagnostic device, and the application expert foresees how it might solve a problem in a medical application. When the marriage of ideas has occurred, it can be very useful to collect further information about application and business aspects, to not only identify the user need, but also analyze the workflow in which the need occurs and the stakeholders around it. For example, in the case of a novel diagnostic device, to analyze how physicians might use the device in their workflows and how it may affect patients, hospitals, insurance companies and patient organizations. And it is important to estimate the size of the market opportunity in order to get an idea of justifiable investments and timelines. Now let's proceed with the technology. After identification of the desired overall function, the technologist can perform a system analysis and can define components of which the overall system will be composed. Some already available, other components novel and therefore more critical. Key bottlenecks are identified. Key solutions are conceived. Inventions are made. And knowledge gaps become apparent. And the knowledge gaps need to be addressed by a scientific way of working. And one may need to answer a number of basic questions in order to underpin the feasibility of a novel technological concept. The scientist identifies a clear and addressable research question and analyzes and selects research approaches that may answer the question. The focus is on getting facts on the table and on integrating these in order to produce knowledge with general validity. With this solid knowledge basis, we could move to the next phase in the technology column. However, integrating several technological components and building a fully functional system is time-consuming and costly. Therefore, we reconsider workflow and stakeholder aspects. And we analyze if the potential product is indeed expected to meet key application satisfiers. And we study concept designs that will optimize user functionality and product acceptance. Also, it is important to develop a true business case describing economic feasibility in order to justify further investments in the technology column. When all technology components are integrated and a fully functional system has been built, then the functional system can be tested in an application setting to study if it fulfills the needs of envisioned users. Thereafter, the process of commercialization can be started. In the end, leading to a business ecosystem where money flows and where end products are sold and utilized in society. This fills the complete matrix, with the different columns representing people of different pursuit, and the different rows representing different phases in the work. We have just walked through the matrix along this path. The path looks erratic, as it might occur in the board game Snakes and Ladders. A process of innovation indeed has ups and downs, feeling like snakes and ladders. People of different backgrounds need to collaborate over many distinct phases. And in terms of content, it is hard to predict what will and what will not work out well. Still, one might simplify the picture using 3 loopings. Here, ideas on innovative product functionalities are formulated and are checked on application and business sanity. Here, the basic technological and scientific aspects are addressed. And here, product development and business development take place. We can also map the well-known terms onto the matrix, namely research, development and business. And even more precise, fundamental research, applied research, which has a notion of technological functionality but follows the scientific approach, industrial research, which is rooted in user needs and mainly operates here, pre-development, which brings technology prototypes into the application space, product development, which leads to products that are ready for the market, business venturing, which deals with setting up a new business, and finally a mature business, which has commercial products in a business ecosystem. And every phase has its characteristic output. Science leads to publications. Technology leads to patents. Pre-development leads to prototypes. Development leads to products. And business leads to economic value. And what I have just done is to put these known terms into a new representation, namely a matrix. What is constant is that people are being educated and develop themselves along the columns. And rightfully so. It's very important that everybody learns to do at least one thing very well. What is changing is that innovation activities are becoming more intense. So exchange of information and move of activities between the columns are intensified. Therefore, it is helpful to spend time on learning the terminology and the logic of activities in columns besides your own column. To further illustrate the matrix framework, I will now add 2 more columns that play a large role in innovations. First, investors, who are instrumental for many startup companies. Investors look for and are motivated by investment opportunities. Their key expertise is to analyze gaps, risks and potential rewards, and to solve gaps and reduce risks where possible. They focus on maximizing return on investment and are satisfied when they have realized a top-performing investment portfolio. Investors play a large role in enabling innovations, because often substantial amounts of money are needed over long periods of time. Another very important column is the column of public bodies, such as regulatory authorities, governments, NGOs, and worldwide organizations such as the United Nations. Public bodies represent certain groups and are motivated by the group interests. They analyze processes and stakeholders and focus on things that need to be done and changed in order to serve the interests. A key output of public bodies are rules and regulations in order to control and change societal processes. And in that way, public bodies set very important boundary conditions for technological innovations. To innovate means to develop a broad view and to look ahead. To collaborate and translate. And to integrate many aspects into a whole. Thank you for watching this video.